The Central Bureau of Investigation has identified 30 suspects in the gruesome assault and murder of a trainee doctor in Kolkata, based on names provided by the victim's family. Over the past 3 days, the CBI has questioned more than 30 people and is now probing a potential larger conspiracy which may have been planned to suppress something. The Election Commission has announced three-phase assembly elections in Jammu and Kashmir starting September 18, marking the first elections since the revocation of Article 370 in 2019. Chief Election Commissioner Rajiv Kumar explained that the schedule extends beyond the Supreme Court's September 30 deadline due to logistical reasons. Communal tensions erupted in Udaipur, Rajasthan after a class 10 student was stabbed by a fellow Muslim student at a government school. The incident led to rumors of victims' deaths, sparking violence and arson in several areas. Authorities imposed Section 144 in the city and are investigating the incident to prevent further unrest. Tensions escalated in Nashik's Bhadrakali area during the Sakal Hindu March as two groups clashed, resulting in extensive stone pelting. Police intervened with a lathi charge and tear gas to disperse the crowds. Authorities are working to restore law and order in the area following the violence. International condemnation has followed an Israeli settler attack in the West Bank, which resulted in the death of a Palestinian man and damage to property. The UN and several countries have urged Israel to protect Palestinian civilians. Meanwhile, Israel's Foreign Minister Israel Katz expects Western allies to join in a retaliation strike against Iran if it responds to the recent assassination of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh. During a call on India's Independence Day, Prime Minister Narendra Modi urged Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to de-escalate tensions in the West Asia. PM Modi emphasized the need for a ceasefire, the release of hostages and continued humanitarian assistance to affected parties. The Election Commission has announced that Haryana Assembly elections will be held in a single phase on October 1st, with votes being counted on October 4. Chief Election Commissioner Rajiv Kumar explained that the polls in Haryana and Maharashtra were decoupled this year due to pending preparation in Maharashtra.
इस तरह आरकेडीएफ विश्वविद्यालय राज्य और देश के आधुनिक और उच्च विश्वविद्यालयों में से एक है। आरकेडीएफ यूनिवर्सिटी RKDF University, a world-class university. Education glorifies nation.
In a significant diplomatic exchange, Bangladesh Interim Prime Minister Muhammad Yunus assured Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi of the protection and security of Hindus and other minority groups in Bangladesh. The call marks the first high-level contact since Sheikh Hasina's ouster amid India's concern over minority attacks. Jammu and Kashmir is set to witness its shortest assembly elections in 2 decades, with a three-phase poll starting September 18. The election covering 90 seats post-delimitation will conclude on October 1st, with results announced on October 4th. The Ministry of External Affairs announced that the third round of India and Japan 2+2 Foreign Defence Minister meeting will be held on August 20 in Delhi. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar will represent India at the talks, which are expected to focus on regional security and strategic cooperation. A suicide bomber attacked a military post in Yemen's southern Abyan province, killing 16 soldiers and injuring 18 others. The attacker drove a booby-trapped car into the site, according to a spokesperson from the Southern Transitional Council, highlighting the ongoing instability in the region. On North Korea's Independence Day, leader Kim Jong-un pledged to strengthen ties with Russia, responding to a message from President Putin. The announcement follows the June signing of a strategic partnership and mutual defense pact between the two nations amid ongoing tensions on the Korean peninsula. Sanjeev Sanyal, a member of Prime Minister's Economic Advisory Council, criticized Sweden's recent migration policies and its varieties of democracy, VTEM, Institute for Labeling India as an autocratizer. Sweden's new policies include offering financial incentives for refugees and neutralized citizens to leave the country, which has sparked debate on migration and human rights. Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba called Indian External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar to extend Indian Independence Day greetings. In a separate message, Jaishankar thanked Kuleba for gesture, marking a moment for diplomatic goodwill between the two nations. The Union Cabinet approved 3 major metro rail projects worth Rs 30,000 crore in Karnataka and Maharashtra. The projects include 2 corridors of the Bangalore Metro Rail Phase 3, expected to be operational by 2029, enhancing urban connectivity in the respective states. Former Meghalaya Chief Minister Selseng C. Marak passed away at the age of 82 due to age-related ailments. A veteran Congress leader, Marak was the first CM to complete a full term in the state and held the office twice, including a brief 12-day tenure in 1998.